Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 30th of November. As we approach the end of the year, our scripture readings take us to the end of David's life. 1 Chronicles chapter 28. And in it he hands over control to Solomon. And he says to the people, I wanted to build a temple for the Lord, but God said I couldn't because I was a warrior and had shed blood, but Solomon would do it. And then in verse 12 we read, Then David gave his son Solomon the plans for the portico of the temple, its buildings, its storerooms, its upper parts, its inner rooms, and the place of atonement. He gave him the plans of all that the Spirit had put in his mind for the courts of the temple of the Lord and all the surrounding rooms, for the treasuries of the temple of God, and for the treasuries for the dedicated things. He gave him instructions for the divisions of the priests and Levites, and for all the work of serving in the temple of the Lord, as well as for all the articles to be used in its service. He designated the weight of gold and all the gold articles to be used in various kinds of service, and the weight of silver. And so it continues. And as I read that, I was struck by the fact that here was David, who was clearly passionate about this temple. He had wanted to build it, and now he couldn't. But he still had in mind everything that needed to do. And I just thought, here is somebody that was so invested, so involved, so committed to this undertaking, and yet he would see none of it. All he could do was pass on the vision that he had. And Solomon would have to take this vision and build it and make it a reality. And it got me wondering how well we are able to hold on to a vision when we're not actually going to be participators of that vision. And it's a real challenge for people to be prepared to build and to lay foundations and to put things in place and to have the same commitment and passion we see David had, even when we know we're not going to be part of it. And as I read that, I thought there was one of the teachers, one of the fathers, a priest at St. John's College, years back as they were just building the college, and he was going along and he was planting oak trees. And somebody looked at him and said, oh, these oak trees are so tiny, you're going to be back in England before they sort of have done anything. And his response was, yes, but I'm not planting them for myself, I'm planting them for the next generation. And that really is a perspective we need to have. David clearly had it. And the fact that he wasn't going to participate didn't diminish his commitment. He remained as committed, as involved, as invested as if he was doing it himself. And I think that's a real challenge for all of us. Certainly it is for me to be prepared to put in the hard miles, because we have the vision of what will be one day, even if it is beyond our time. So be challenged by David, be encouraged, and know that as we walk with God, we're blessed.